Hello, Chief here for Chief Tells Tales. Yes, I'm still wearing the same outfit because I'm doing 3 videos today. I did a Loot Crate one, and I just did my Chief Coffee Chats, even though those are supposed to, I generally do them on Sundays. But I missed last Sunday, and I also missed this one last week. But like I said, I'm retired, so I'm on my schedule. Today, I want to talk about my job a little bit. At one time, the U.S. Army had the SQT, which was the Skills Qualification Test. And that was a skills qualification test for almost every MOS. Not every MOS got one. I don't know why, but once a year, you would take this test, you would get a score, and you could use these points to help you get promoted. And the 98 Charlie SQT was very difficult, especially at the Skill 1 and Skill 2 level. I think we had a Skill 3, and I think there might have been a Skill 4. I don't remember. So the first time I took it, I can't remember. I should have got it out. But I scored really high, and everybody was impressed. It's very hard to get 100. It really is. I never heard of anybody getting a 100 on the skill level 1 or skill level 2 98 Charlie test. Basically for us it was going from 4 or 5 stations that had 2 to 3 tasks, and then you had a booklet where you wrote down all your information about those particular tasks that you had to do at those stations, and then all that material was taken away, and then they gave you the test. So they would ask very meticulous questions like, at this location, what happened at this time? So you had to look through your notes. That's just one question. So, and then when I went to the Basic Non-Commissioned Officers Course, the BNOC, I was a staff sergeant. No, I was a sergeant at the time. But we got to take the skill level 3 just for fun, because they were already phasing it out. They were getting rid of the SQT because not every MOS had it. So therefore, some people were missing close to 100 points that they couldn't earn to get promoted, while the rest of us had that 100 points, because back when I was being promoted, it was 998 was the maximum points that you could supposedly earn. So we got to take the skill level 3 test for fun, like I said. And the skill level 3 test was so easy. It was just basically doing quality control, CQ, on, or QC, I mean, not CQ. CQ is the other charge of quarters. Doing quality control, QC, on your skill level 1 and skill level 2's reports. Because, there'd be mistakes in the title, there'd be mistakes in the paragraphs that they wrote and stuff like that, and then maybe their heading wasn't correct, maybe their footing, I can't reveal too much, and I'm not revealing anything at all because I'm talking very vague stuff, because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know what I can really talk about. So, reading reports, quality control on reports. So I'm now a warrant officer. I'm a CW2, Chief Warrant Officer 2. I'm at a location, and I'm trying to see what's out in the community of what's being reported. Maybe it interests me and my location. And I looked up this very interesting report, because right off just reading the title, I knew it was a mistake. this individual, well, he was a specialist. He was writing a report about something to do in the air, meaning A-E-R-I-A-L, aerial. You probably already see where this is going by the way I said that. However, he typed A-R-I-E-L, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, in his title and throughout his report, where he was talking about this piece of equipment for aerial use was Little Mermaid. So I saw who wrote it. He had an email address. Sent him a hi, introduced myself. I'm Chief Warrant Officer 2. I just read your report. You meant to write A-E-R-I-L, not A-R-I-E-L. And I explained Ariel means the air and Ariel is the Little Mermaid. Didn't yell at him, didn't use any curse words, didn't downplay anything about him, didn't or say he was stupid or anything. A couple days later, same individual writes a report on a cannon. A cannon is a gun or a piece of artillery that is used to lob projectiles. And the cannon he was trying to write about is spelled C-A-N-N-O-N. Nope, he wrote C-O-N-A-N. Or C-A-N-O-N, sorry. Canon, which is canon law, which is the law of Switzerland. So once again, wrote him an email, not trying to tell him he was stupid or anything, but said, okay, you meant to spell C-A-N-N-O-N, not C-A-N-O-N, and explained that the cannon is a field artillery piece and cannon is canon law from Switzerland. About a day later, I get an email from a fellow warrant officer who I know telling me to leave his specialist alone. Now I'm thinking, oops, maybe he's the one that QC'd his report, so he's a little upset and embarrassed because somebody else caught those mistakes. But I was probably not the only one, because I know back at the mothership, as we called it, which we say is NSA, I know that somebody is there reading each and every report to make sure that it's at the right classification, it went to the right addresses, and that report is almost perfect, because that was a skill level 3. Like I said, it's for us staff sergeants is to QC the report of our skill level 1s and skill level 2s. Before, we would probably give it to somebody senior and say, chief, lieutenant, captain, this report is ready to go. And sometimes you would have a NSA representative, so you would have a civilian sit there, okay, civilian, NSA civilian, this report is ready to go. I've QC'd it. Spelling's correct, the addresses and everything is fine, blah, blah, blah. So I think I stepped on someone else's toe. Now, another thing that irked me is that during the same time frame, a lot of soldiers tried to give themselves titles, jokingly. Like Eric the Bold, Balder the Brazen, whatever. I mean, I would hear these guys, these specialists and below, talk about trying to give themselves titles like they were important. So this one's the same specialist who wrote these two reports, put Esquire, ESQ, Esquire at the end of his name, of his signature block. Specialist, blah, 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 Esquire. Well, I looked up Esquire. Esquire is a title for lawyers to use. I don't know if this guy was a former lawyer. He probably wasn't. because the way that I was being told to leave his specialist alone made me believe that this specialist was young, not a lawyer who didn't make it in the law field and came into the Army and now was a specialist, because generally with a law degree he probably would have been a legal, would have joined the legal part of the Army, not military intelligence. But I was, like I said, I was a little bit upset that this warrant officer that I knew told me to leave his specialist alone. So like I was thinking, whoops, maybe he QC'd this report, and then he didn't realize that there were these two mistakes. But additional reports from this specialist Esquire, there were no mistakes. No more mistakes I saw. Plus, he wasn't writing as many as he was before, because I looked at some of his others, and these are the only two mistakes that I found. So, just a story, just something to talk about. I mean, I just couldn't believe it, being chewed out almost by a fellow warrant officer to leave his soldier alone because there were mistakes. Like I said, I probably wasn't the only one, because that brings up a story. I got time. Military intelligence cannot play, meaning they cannot go on an exercise and play the same way they do in real life, because it's illegal. We can't do our procedures without a secure environment. So therefore, in-house, our strategic sites, where you teach people how to do those reports, you have to do them on the same machine that you do reports on. You don't have a computer sitting over here that isn't tied to the net. So, because back when I was first in the military, somebody was teaching somebody how to write a teaser, as I will call it, a teaser for a report, which just sends out the title to let everybody know, hey, this report's coming out, this is the title of it, you might be interested in it. So the sent button was accidentally pressed before they cleared this report, and the 1st East German Mickey Mouse Division was going into exercise. That was noted right away, but already sent. So somebody became the laughing stock, and then somebody probably got in trouble for hitting the sent button. So this is Chief out. That's it for today. Freedom is not free. I still can't get over how these Ukrainians are invading all these Russian trenches, and they're just full of plastic. What are these Russians doing? Yeah, we got these nice trenches, but you can't see them from the air. But look at our trash all around us. That is just simply amazing. I'm just like, where's all this plastic coming from? Are you that stupid? Oh, I'm just going to throw my trash out here, Igor. Okay, Ivan, got it. I don't know how they found us. Must have been all that blue, because a lot of that trash, plastic trash, is blue and not small. So, remember, freedom's not free. Hope this war ends soon. Chief